hit the like button, or all the wrestlers die.
All of the top news and the #1 reviews. If you're looking for a place for wrestling talk, look no further than here. State of the WWE. Joe Cronin.
What was once a captivating, trend-setting program has now deteriorated into a cliched, let's be honest, boring snooze fest that is in dire need of a knight in shining armor. Television ratings, downward spiral. Pay-per-view buy rates, plummeting. Mainstream acceptance, non-existent. And reactions of the live crowds, complete and utter silence. You're silent because you're embarrassed to be here. Honestly, I'm embarrassed for you. And the reason why you're embarrassed is because of the steady stream of uninteresting, untalented, mediocre sports entertainers who you're forced to cheer for and care for. No wonder you're not cheering. You can care less about every single idiot in that dressing room.
Now.
You can care less.
Joe Cronin. Joe Cronin.
You could care less, baby. They could care less. We're going to have 70 intros now to the show. All the time. You could care less, brother. That's pretty much what it feels like with WWE. There's so much to sort of rant and ramble about right now that it's unbelievable. I'm going to start with wrestling. What's going on, what could happen tonight, some of these weird ideas that's going on. And since, we've kind of been pretty dead on with what was going to happen with NXT the last couple weeks, I mean, I'm going to continue to repeat some things that I believe to be true and some things that could be happening here. And also just looking at the landscape and thinking where it's going to go based on, logic of what's happening. And then all the wrestling news and stuff, we'll talk about that. And then I'll talk about a little bit of non-wrestling stuff at the end of this. So even though it's State of the WWE, towards the end of this, I'll mention a few things. There's a couple of funny news stories today, which we talked about on Monetize This, that some shit was going to happen that did happen, which is... interesting. So we'll talk about that too. For the people that want to hear that will be at the end, so you don't have to listen to that if you're only here for wrestling only. I had a crazy day and weekend, I guess. I don't know, bro. My brain almost is ready to turn off. I don't know. I don't know how people do it. I don't know how normal people live. I can't do it. I can barely survive this life. A little while back when I was having kind of a mental breakdown, I couldn't find an appointment for a psychologist. So I was I signed up for this thing, man, and they charged me $300-something a month, and I didn't even use it yet. I had to call my bank, and they're like, you got to cancel your card. We have to take them to court or something. I'm like, are you serious? Fucking crazy. Whoa! It's finna be a breeze! Ah!
It's finna be a breeze, zia.
Can we please find where that is? Alexis Cardoso, thank you for the $10, man. What's up? Or, wow, $10, man, right off the bat. Alexis, thank you. Dude, we have to find that clip. Somebody find me that clip. Anybody in the chat knows what Raw that's from, so I can look up the Raw review? Because I got to find it. I lost the clip. I don't know how I did it, but I saved the clip and then didn't save it or something and deleted it. I'm not really sure. I'm wearing my working hat, so it's all yellow. I know it. But, dude, that clip is so funny. It finna be a breeze. Ah. Like, dude, that guy should say, what was it? Xavier that said that, right? He should say that after everything. Like, that should have been his new catchphrase right there. I don't know why other people didn't pick up on that. Joe, you need shrooms. Yeah, somebody else said I need ketamine. Someone's like, you need ketamine. I'm like, ketamine? Jesus Christ. You know, and this is a smart guy that told me that on Twitter. He was like, yo, you need ketamine. I was like, what? I told Leah, she's like, what, did Jesse tell you that? I'm like, no. It's like, it was like a dude on Twitter. It's crazy. What's up, Denise? What's up, everybody else? Hit that like button. We'll get the 69 likes. I'll talk about that later. I'll talk about what I did in the weekend. I'll talk about never use Cerebral, this company. Never use it. Absolute pieces of trash. Oh, shit. It's Mike Hamilton. Mike Hamilton.
Question: how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Answer: a woodchuck would chuck all the wood it could if a woodchuck could chuck wood. Tommy is a scumbag bitch.
Oh my God, Jesus! Tommy is a scumbag bitch. What a random thing to say. I don't even. Guy hasn't been part of the shows in a year, and Mike Hamilton just takes a shit on him, like out of nowhere. He's a piece of shit. What the fuck? Mike Hamilton, thank you, man, for that. $4. And Cardoso, thank you as well. For the let me get into some of this wrestling topics. We'll talk about anything you want today. I don't care what it is. We're going to talk about it. This is a wrestling state of the WWE episode 128 plus a random live stream. We talk about whatever you want. And you guys can drop a love bomb. Let me put the link in the chat for the Streamlabs. Drop a love bomb if you'd like. Feel free to do it. I may be doing a marathon show coming up soon, so I can just do this long show, have some fun, have some weird times. It'll be a good time. Tonight's Raw. Oh, so Chelsea Green, for the people that don't know, most people do know, but some of the people don't. Chelsea Green was in a little bit of a fight with WWE because they technically own her name, right? Because when she signed with the WWE, one of the things that she had to do was, sign the name over or whatever. When she signed, legally, they were employing her, but also employing her name. Therefore, it becomes WWE's name. And now she's, on social media pissed off about that. She's technically, I believe, in the wrong because she did give them her name. But at the same time, it's like, what a dick. They're just such dicks over there. But legally, technically, they probably could win a legal battle. So I got to give it to WWE because I am hearing, and you have heard potentially if you've been reading the dirt sheets, that WWE is looking like they're going to probably release that. So it looks like WWE is going to release it. Now I heard it was because they're good. They're like cutting her a break or whatever. Maybe that's true, but I also heard that her contract isn't. Like, there's a lot of things in the contract that aren't viable if she hasn't been employed for more than 6 months. And I guess they thought that she was, which she was, but because she was injured, that pauses the contract, I guess. So that would actually apply to the ownership of the name. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. I have no idea what I'm talking about. For all I know, they just decided to actually be good people and be like, yo, we're gonna let you be there. By the way, even though they never work with me and they never do anything with me, AEW Unrivaled 5 figures available in limited quantities. Hangman Page, Jon Moxley, Sky, Kazarian, and Jungle Boy, and Luchasaurus, I guess. Those are available now from Pro Wrestling Tees. I just got texted by Pro Wrestling Tees that those are available. So if you guys want to go get them, make sure if you do, you tweet them that Joe Cronin told you. And maybe Pro Wrestling Tees will ever decide to pay attention and hook up with me in some capacity. But, I'm small now, so who knows. What's funny is they wouldn't do it back when I used to only get 500 to 1,000 views. And then when I started going up to 5,000 to 10,000 views, I never even bothered asking them. But now that I'm back down to about 2,000 to 3,000 views, they probably don't care. But, repetition works, Davey. Repetition works, Davey. And, when 350,000 people watch me a month that are different, right? That are unique viewers. So you guys watch me and you guys equate for like 80,000 views, 80,000 to 100,000 views a month, come from my subscriber audience. But there's a couple 100,000 that come from random viewers or people that aren't subbed. So a lot of times it's a brand new viewer or someone different. So, advertising has it's pretty viable. If I shout someone's product out every single video for 30 days, that's going to be seen by at least a couple 100,000 people that are random. So it's valuable. The same 80,000 seeing the same ad over and over again, that eventually wears down. But there's obviously a lot bigger people than me. But anybody who wants to advertise their product, you just have to hit me up, JoeCroninShow@yahoo.com. What up to Yanis? What's up, Justin McNeil? Chelsea Green sucks. She's always whining. Yeah, see, I'm not a Chelsea Green fan. I think it does suck. What the hell has she done? I'm sorry to go off on a rant here and tear somebody down. What has she done? I don't understand the attraction. I'm not trying to hate on her either. I think she's good. Like, congrats. She's hot. Kind of looks crack whorish, she's hot. I'm just kidding. I look crack whore. Look at my eyes. But no, she's hot. She seems fun, I guess. Like, she's okay. I don't know a match where I have you guys seen a match? Tell me. Maybe I just haven't watched a lot of Impact. I never liked her on anything. I've never been like, yes, please come to WWE, Chelsea Green. Now, I did feel bad for her when she got injured in WWE, in NXT or whatever, or in WWE, rather. Yeah, she came up to the main roster on SmackDown, right, for a second, then got hurt and whatever. So, yeah, I feel like she wasn't given a fair shot in WWE. Like, Chelsea Green, 100%, no fair shot in WWE whatsoever, in my opinion. I guess you could say it's a fair shot and things didn't work out, but, what? There was no honest push of her in WWE, Chelsea Green, no honest push of her in WWE. You can't say that. But she does come off like a whiny asshole on Twitter, but then again, so aren't many people. But I don't see the allure. I don't understand. What makes Chelsea Green really good? I want to know. Like, I don't know. What's up, Nessa? Nessa's in the chat. What's up, Nessa? Mr. Kincaid. What's up to Mr. Kincaid? What's up to Alex Oli? I don't know. Twisted Piss Trooper. I would love to know who that really is. It's got to be somebody we know, right? Like Twisted Piss Trooper. But yeah, so State of the WWE episode 128. It's been a while since I've done a State of the WWE, and obviously there's a lot. There usually just hasn't been enough to talk about with WWE for me to want to do a whole segment on WWE anymore. It's and I'm sure we'll get into AEW a little bit here, and WWE seems to not care. And it really goes back to that comment by Vince McMahon that we've been harping on now for weeks, or I guess a week and a half, where Vince said, maybe we'll give them some more talent. I don't know where their plan is. I don't know what their, maybe we could give them more talent. It's like, that's just such a weird comment that nobody will let it go. John Cena revealed that he asked WWE to add more dates to his schedule. John Cena's WWE has been adding more dates to John Cena's schedule, and every time they do that, the ticket sales go up 40%, which you can imagine, because for a lot of people, I think the John Cena stuff is like their like goodbye or their nostalgia, right? You're getting nostalgia from people who like John Cena. We're like, I got to go see him one time or one more time, or I got to check that out. Without John Cena, though, there's nothing. They're not going. It's the ticket sales aren't good. We're talking 40%, More releases are coming. That's a rumor. That's true. But I think it's a true rumor. I really do. And let me just go ahead and put up the top dog, Mike Amelto. Mike, thanks, man, for reminding me, brother. Sorry about that. You did drop a $10 big one. So between Mike and the other donation, that's $15, and we're already at the $15 an hour. So it's nice of you guys to drop the donos. All the donation amounts are listed down below in the description box. All the different donations should be listed down below there for Streamlabs. Stream Elements, some of them work on Stream Elements too. You got to look at the list. There's some other ones, $20, and there's a new $10 one that works with Stream Elements. All that, the Joe Biden one, everything else. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. It's all down below. You want to do it, you know how to do it. Or Super Chat if you're super lazy like me and you're like, I don't want to go down there and look for the link. I'll just Super Chat and use the $sign in the chat. I'm fucking lazy. I'm like that too. So it happens.
I'm coming for you.
All right, Leah, relax. Me and Leah went into Boston on Sunday. A lot of people were like, where were you? What the hell? What are you doing? It was a wedding that we had planned to go to for a long time. A little wedding party. And I didn't know that, but I was the designated driver. I was the sober one. Leah and all her friends were drunk. And I was the sober one. So that was a lot of fun to be the sober one. You know what, too, I noticed is a lot of people said to me, I ran into people that I hadn't seen in a while, and they were like, oh, what do you, and I said, yeah, my neighborhood's a funny neighborhood. Everybody's like a doctor or something like that. And I'm out of place. I'm like, oh, I do a podcast, and people are like, oh, that's what you do. And I'm like, yeah, I feel weird. It's very strange. But yeah, we went into Boston and, been a while. So the people that were trying to get a hold of me. So I have another problem too, real quick off the point of wrestling. So my phone, right? My phone battery blew up a couple months ago, right? So my phone battery blew up 2 months ago, and the back came off. And I finally went and got it fixed 3 days ago. But on my way to get the phone fixed, coincidentally, I noticed I was getting no cell phone reception anywhere in my town and even a few towns over. And when I got to the cell phone place, I had reception. And I saw the 4G logo on my phone. And so what I've figured out is only 4G and 5G work on this phone right now. I don't know why. So if I'm in an area that has 4G or 5G, the phone works great. But if I'm in my house or even in other areas in different places, not only is there's no service whatsoever. Like not even like one bar and a thing, no service. So I believe that the antenna got damaged and the 4G and 5G antenna must be different. That's my guess. So I have to bring this to the store to get it fixed again. So it's just fucking crazy. So the battery got fixed, it got sealed up, and now it doesn't work right, which doesn't help me because sometimes I'm out driving and I need the GPS, and all of a sudden I don't have a GPS because the phone don't work. And I thought the whole antenna was busted, but it's not, because when I was in Boston the other day, the antenna was working just fine in Boston with the 5G and 4G. But anything 3G and below, it's not even saying 3G. It just says 0. It says like a empty bar with an X. So it's very strange. Somebody who's a technical geek out there, email me. Let me know. I think one of the antennas is damaged, and I think the other antennas are okay. But yeah, Chelsea Green, I don't care. I just don't care. If somebody else likes her, that's awesome. I just don't care.
Shit bomb!
It's just not my thing. I don't understand what the importance of Chelsea Green is. I hope she does well. I hope she does something I love. You know what I mean? I hope she does something somewhere I love or whatever. But she just right now, they just seem to complain on Twitter. Everything's about them. It's fucking annoying, people on Twitter, just always crying. And it's like everybody's always making fun of her, like inserting herself into something and this and that and the other thing. Bronson Reed also put out a Twitter message the other day, which was nice. Unfortunately, it humanized him a bit, which always drives me nuts about wrestling, that everybody's humanized. I want to see these guys be like superheroes and be badasses. But it's like when we see a lot of guys sitting in their house and they're like, I got the news that I got released, that I've obviously been a fan and it warms my heart that you guys support me. And it's like, I understand that. And I think it's a good business decision to show the audience yourself, because now people maybe they'll donate to your Twitch or something like that. I don't know. By the way, you guys can go on my Twitch. It's free. Amazon Prime, it's free if you got it. Evil Spectrum 3. But, I don't know. Like, this stuff humanizes people too much for me. I almost wish that when someone got fired, they went into full character mode, And they were like, yeah, you think that's funny? Yeah, I want to thank everybody over at NXT, but they just cut a promo, but they don't do that. They just go, thank you. Like, I don't know. So I get doing that. There's something about me, man, with wrestling. And I guess it's the old school, right? Maybe, but I would have turned it into some kind of gimmick. Yeah, I'd be like, I would have cut a promo that, yeah, so you guys know that I was released. You know how Bronson Reed does it. You know how I can do it. You know how I can bring it. And they're scared of me over there in NXT. That's really what it comes down to. These guys are scared of me. And nobody's scared of me more. And listen, I appreciate Triple H. And I love Triple H and everybody, Terry Taylor, that helped me over there. But the fact of the matter is I was in the bathroom in NXT after a takeover one night. And I lined up in the urinal. And if you don't think that male dominance and male, insecurity doesn't exist, I'm going to tell you this. I was taking a piss next to Triple H, which, guys are always in the locker rooms and the bathrooms and stuff like that. I'd been in the bathroom before with Triple H and other people. We're just all the time. It's a small bathroom. And I'm taking a piss, and I got to be honest, Triple H looked over and he saw what Bronson Reed was packing. And I heard him grunt, like in a weird way, man. First of all, don't look at my dick. That's the first thing is what I was thinking, but he's Triple H, so I don't say anything. And then he kind of goes, ugh, shakes his head, like he can't believe it. That he now he knows how thick and how big it is. And the day before, Stephanie was smiling at me, and we were talking, and now he's looking, and I see the paranoia. This guy's paranoid, and he saw what I was packing the next day. Everything was different. He barely talked to me anymore, barely said hi to me anymore, just like many of the other guys. And the rumors started getting around. The jealousy started to boil over. That's how petty some people are. And then now I'm released. I know why I'm released. Because he saw my throbbing manhood. And it threatened him. Just like I threaten everybody in the ring in NXT. The only way to get rid of this threat is to get rid of this threat in the most cowardly way that they possibly could. So let this be a lesson. When I show up in your promotion, if you have the guts to book me, I'll crush your talent and I'll demoralize you with my manhood. Peace out. Like, dude, I would die if Bronson Reed cut that type of promo. I would have died. This fucking guy just got released, and he's telling everyone it's because his dick is huge. That's hilarious. I mean, that's me, all right? But Bronson Reed didn't do that. He did this instead.
So I have had some time to reflect now and some time to just process what has happened. And I was very shocked, very upset. As you know, this doesn't just affect me, it affects my wife as well. And we are here in a foreign country, but my wife is a super positive person, and she's kept me positive as well. And I just wanted to reach out to all you guys, and I'm just very thankful, the love and support that I've received online is just incredible. I was trending on Twitter, and that means a lot to me. It means a lot to me that, a lot of you feel for me and will still continue to follow me no matter what. I did want to, thank NXT. I want to thank Hunter and Sean for believing in me. I want to thank all the coaches, Terry Taylor, Scotty Tuhati, Norman Smiley, Steve Carino, those guys that I learned a lot from. And I wanted to thank, all the boys backstage as well. It was a great locker room to be a part of. But, I am staying positive, and I do believe I am bar none the best super heavyweight in the world. And I'll continue to prove that. So, as they say, one door closes and another one opens. Well, for me, many doors are open. And now it's just about which one I want to walk through. So, thank you very much for all the support and love, and please keep supporting.
I wish he snapped right there. See, that's where I wish he went. So, like, and he just like flipped out right there, and then just started smashing shit behind him. I don't know. That's me though. I'm a little, you know. It's funny because he's the wrestler. You would think the wrestler would be the one that would like pop off, like whatever. But I don't know, man. Just people don't have that mentality. I mean, a very wonderful speech, and he did mention like I am the best, so that's good. That's good to see some confidence there. You know, come out of somebody. The Simpsons predicted this year as well. Wow, what's this?
Here to come up with the next phony baloney crisis to put Americans back where they belong, in dark rooms glued to their televisions, too terrified to skip the commercials.
Well, I think...
NBC, you are here to listen and not speak. I think we should go with a good old-fashioned public health scare.
A new disease. No one's immune. It's like the summer of the shark, except instead of a shark, it's an epidemic. And instead of summer, it's all the time.
That is so... Now, I hate to be the guy who derails what everybody else loves.
He loves being that guy.
But, Janice, we do have standards. This can't be a made-up disease.
This is, I mean, it's really bizarre, isn't it?
The only moral thing to do is release a deadly virus into the general public.
We do have something we've been holding on to, but it hasn't been tested. Get over here, NBC.
Well, we certainly believe in testing, but Wow. Oh, yeah.
So,
I remember this, actually. Maybe they watched this.
We've got our deadly disease. Now we just have to blame it on something that's in every household, something that people are a little bit afraid of already. House cat flu is coming, people. The Center for Disease Disinformation predicts with some degree of probability that the house cat flu might spread in the following hypothetical outbreak pattern.
I can't even get over how fucking crazy.
Might be ready to destroy your tender victuals.
Homer puts the cat in a bag. Oh my god. That is way too funny. Anyway, back to the wrestling. Has Wyndham spoke about getting released? No, I don't think that. Well, you know, listen. I think Wyatt or Wyndham Rotunda. I think he knows that. You know, he's not going to be someone that jumps on Twitter and goes, "Let me make a video about this." You know, he's going to be somebody who's in the background, like working with other companies or ideas or planning what he's going to do. You know, he's so big, he knows it. He knows that to go on Twitter, I think he knows to, you know, go on Twitter or video streaming somewhere to talk about it. I think that humanizes him, right? And I think he knows, like, no, if I'm going to do something, I'm going to show up somewhere or I'm going to do something big and announce it. I'm not going to humanize myself and then go and do something because that will ruin whatever character or direction I try to go in. I believe this. I think he knows this, and I think he's that type of creative person that he's not going to do that. You know, I think it's different than Cody, too. Like, remember Cody made the list of everybody he's going to wrestle and everything he's going to do? That was something interesting, too. And I think it's smart to do something interesting. Now, Bronson Reed is on a smaller level, right? In NXT, 700,000 people probably know who he is. And he doesn't know where he's going to go yet, probably doesn't have the offers yet or have that connection with anybody yet. I'm sure he will get some and things can happen for him, obviously. So he's got to make some of the stuff happen. He's got to conjure some of that up. He's going to need fan support, you know, at local indie events if he's at indie events. So he's got to put out a video so everybody knows where he is. And, you know, other people someone can say, look, Bronson Reed spoke on his release. And someone can say, oh, where? Let me go look. Oh, on his Twitter. Oh, I never followed him. Or I got to go follow him. So now it's smart to do that, right? But, you know, Wyatt doesn't need to do that. Wyatt doesn't have to go like, hey, let me, you know, make a video. I mean, he can, and he maybe will, but I think he knows, now I'm going to sit back and, you know, when there's a bomb to be dropped, we'll drop a bomb. Gatekeeper Drew, thank you.
Gatekeeper 0812 just resubscribed for 34 months.
Thank you. 34 months on Twitch. You can use your Amazon Prime to sub to me for free on Twitch. It costs you nothing. So if you guys like me and care about my children, for $3, but it's free for you. You just click on Amazon Prime, sync it to your Twitch, click on my Twitch account and subscribe to my Twitch. It gives me money, and it costs you nothing. Costs you nothing. 100 of you guys did it for $3. Think about that.
DrewBar100 just resubscribed for 37 months.
Ooh. Yo, Drew Bar, what's up, man? Thank you. 37 months? Holy shit. You're in Arushin Chu territory with that. Holy crap. 37 months. That's nuts. There's another one.
Charty_Janetti just resubscribed for 1 month.
One of the best names ever in in the JCS community. Shardy Janetti. Shardy Janetti right up there with Brett the Shit Man Fart and a couple others. Thank you, Shardy.
Sith_Negan just resubscribed for 28 months.
Hey, thank you very much, Sith Negan. Appreciate it, bro. Sith Negan, the all-time patron of all time, over $100, 2 years, every month on Patreon. Sith Negan, the mega producer himself, Sith Negan. Daryl, thank you. So, that being said, I don't have any commercials. I don't have any sponsors, really. I only have a couple little ones. So I got to plug all my stuff. Patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. Guys, become patrons here out of nowhere every Thursday on Patreon. John Cena revealed he has to add more dates. We talked about that earlier. He's adding himself to more house shows. That's great. Ticket sales are up 40% for WWE. But they were in trouble without that. Randy Orton reveals his WWE RAW return. That's the big news. WWE Randy Orton announced that veteran superstar will make his return tonight. He's been away from Raw since June. There was an injury, I believe, right? So if that was an injury, it was unfortunate with him and Matt Riddle having to separate from that. It's like a stupid storyline that I like, and not much on Raw made me like it. So it was kind of crappy that that happened to them and that they couldn't finish telling this story or having these little stupid interactions every week, because at least it was kind of entertaining. But not, but again, not much was, but at least that was a little bit, and that went away. And it's been awkward, I think, with Riddle for the last few weeks, only because they didn't do anything much with Riddle, or the things they did were just delay tactics or something. And you could tell nothing Riddle did wrong. Riddle was fine. He's always good. Becky Lynch reportedly scheduled to attend WWE SummerSlam. I don't care. Does anybody care anymore? They missed the window with her. Remember how I always talk about this? I always talk about how wrestling fans nowadays have a smaller window. If you keep saying someone's coming and they don't come back several times, and you're bored and it's terrible and nothing happens, when you do bring them in, it's actually like, oh yeah, figured, there they are, yeah. Whereas when you bring them back and surprise people, they go, yeah, they're back, right? WWE has a major issue with missing that window. It's like a crescendo. Like you want to, okay, anticipation's rising, anticipation's rising. Okay, right now is when you should bring them back. Okay, how about now? Oh, and then the curve starts going down and you miss it. It's just like the stock market. Okay, oh my God, the stock's blowing up. Oh my God, the stock's going way up. It's going way up. I should sell. I didn't sell. Okay, I'm going to wait. Oh wait, it's going down. It's down. Now, no, wait, maybe we'll go back up again. No, maybe we'll go back up again. No, oh my God, I got to sell now. Oh my God, I'll sell now. Oh, and you only make a little bit. But you could have made a lot. It's the same way. It's the anticipation. They missed the window. They missed the perfect time. The perfect time to bring Becky Lynch back was any time in the last 3 weeks or 4 weeks. They have not done that. Because that tells you how much they must love Cross or Nikki Ash, because they were so intent on not overshadowing her and the storyline, or maybe Becky wasn't ready. I don't know, but whatever it was, you know that people were bored because that's all they wanted was Becky Lynch to come back. But now, when she comes back, it's going to be, it will be nice and it will be a thing, but I think they missed the window. I think now it's just so expected that it's like, okay, whatever. I'm sick of hearing about it. I'm tired of hearing about it. I think a lot of people are tired of hearing about it. And they miss a window. Just like when WWE brought in Sting, it was like we've been talking about it for so long. It was like, okay. And, there was a few other examples of this, too, in WWE. It's like you missed the window. So it's like the more you talk about they're coming back, and then they don't. And then you talk about they're coming back, then they don't. But you're like, okay, I know they're coming back, but when, I don't know. And then they do come back. It's like, okay, there they are. I don't know. WWE is in trouble, though, because like David just said in the chat, aside from Cena, what the hell do they have? Who the hell do they have? They don't. Cena is creating 40% of the ticket sales. That can't be good. I mean, it's good because that's working, but like you said, he's not full-time. He's not going to be here for much longer. He's done, after SummerSlam. Like, AEW is about to get all this momentum when this Punk thing happens. And see, that's the thing is, the weird thing about AEW with the Punk thing is they've decided to to control their own narrative, like EC3 would say. Because they said, okay, forget the whole, you guys have been doing the whole CM Punk could show up, CM Punk could show up, CM Punk could show up. So if we bring him in, yeah, people are going to mark out and freak out, and it's going to be a huge surprise. But also they felt, okay, people are going to figure it out, and they're going to find out, and it's going to leak out, and whatever, and we need to sell ticket sales. So AEW says, well, we're gonna basically tell everybody that CM Punk is back, is showing up at this show in some way. And we're going to use it to sell tickets, and we know we're getting a deliverance on Chicago. Unless CM Punk gets COVID. What happens if CM Punk gets COVID? Imagine if CM Punk got COVID for the Chicago show and then wasn't there. What do you do? What do you do if that happens? They can't bring him out? I mean, what do you do then? Put him on a screen? Yeah, I was supposed to be there tonight. Like, you can't do that. You'd have to, pretend he wasn't going to be there and then bring him on another show. But then you just lied to all those people pretty much without lying, but you kind of did. Man, that would be a real danger. If he got COVID, that would be a huge danger. This guy, you think they've talked about that? You think Tony Khan was like, dude, you need to spend 2 weeks before the show in a basement? And I'm not kidding about this. Like, we're giving you $3 million or whatever, $5 million or $8 million or whatever it is. Part of that contract is you stay in your basement for 2 weeks. What if he got COVID the day before the show? Oh, what? That's got to have been thought of, right? Somebody had to have thought of that. Whew. Joe, don't give Tony Khan excuses for him not to be there. That's funny. Oh, you turn him into the biggest heel ever? He comes on the video and goes, yeah, I am with AEW. Everybody's cheering, and he's on the video. And I'm not there tonight because, quite honestly, I hate Chicago. They would not do that. But no, hopefully he'll be there. Everything will be good for them, and that's going to be big. Cody Rhodes on if deathmatch wrestling has a place on television. Well, I mean, they literally had a deathmatch match on the show. We were the number one show on cable. That is a huge honor. 3 weeks in a row, that's a huge honor and responsibility. to our fan base, says Cody Rhodes. During the Olympics, we were the #1 show on cable. So, yes, I think that does have a place. I don't think it's something you'll see often. That's just my opinion as asked for. So Cody Rhodes said about the death match, I don't think you'll see it often, but it has a place, and it worked out for us. Now, it's funny because Cody Rhodes is the same person who also said that shock factor is out the window when talking about, Vince Russo. I just always find that comment hilarious. You know what? I should have asked Cody Rhodes about that. When I had him on my show, because he had already made the shock factors out the window comment and everything, and I think I really shouldn't. I think I softballed him a little bit. I should have asked him. I should have said, Cody, you get some criticism from people, including me. I've brought this up that, you said, Vince Russo, blah, blah, and shock factors out the window, but yet you did this. And a lot of Vince Russo ideas you guys have kind of formulated into your own version. Do you regret the comment? Was that something you were just trying to take a shot at Vince? Did you mean it at the time, but things change? Like, what was up with that? What is up with shock factors out the window? Because it seems like shock factor is very much on the table, like, and being served every fucking week. That would be the question. If I could go back and interview Cody Rhodes again from last year, what was it, a year and a half ago he was on the show with Brandy? Oh, it was the second episode of AEW Dynamite. He came here on the Joe Cronin show, and we had Cody and Brandy on the show. And that is the one thing. Someone asked me if there's something I regretted not asking Cody. That is the biggest thing I regret. I would love to hear that answer. Like, what's the answer to that? And it could just be, hey, my mind changed. Or like, I was talking shit about, to Vince. Or maybe he just meant shock factor. He meant, I don't know. I'm not sure what he meant. I mean, maybe he meant like Vince Russo's, because people call Vince Russo transphobic and homophobic. Which, by the way, I think there's a difference. To me, there's a difference between transphobic and homophobic and hating hating people. I think some people are a little phobic of stuff. They're like the guys where if you, but it's weird. Like if I pretended I was gay and I rubbed a guy's back and I said, "What's up, baby?" You know how some guys will be like, "What's up, sweetie?" They'll just give it right back to you. But some guys will be like, "Oh, bro, what the fuck?" It's like, "Oh, you're homophobic." But like if I go and rub a girl's back and say, "What's up, baby?" I could get like arrested for like trying to rape somebody or like molesting somebody. So it's weird that like people expect if you touch a woman, that could be like rape. But if you touch a guy and the guy doesn't say like, "Hey, what's up, baby?" then he's transphobic or he's homophobic. What the hell? See how weird that is? So I do think that Vince is a little like phobic of stuff, but he literally had a trans female on his show for over 2 years. He had a person on his network who he liked and spoke well of, who was a guy who transitioned into a woman and dressed up as a woman. So I don't think that Vince Russo is really that way, but I do think he does have some old school mentality and street mentality of, nah, bro, don't do that, bro. Get out of here. Like, he thinks it's weird that people say, "Oh my God, I watched that Kenny Omega match last night. Oh my God, I almost jerked off on myself. I was aroused." Like, he thinks that's weird and stuff like that. He doesn't like the dorky mark out behavior. I get that. I don't, I know what he's talking about. I think it's funny to talk about that. Like, "Oh, I'm pitching a tent for Omega." That's fucking weird. But I don't think he's, again, like I said, he's not either way. I'm more in the middle. I like messing around with stuff like that. But I don't think Vince Russo's transphobic. So when Cody Rhodes said, "Nah, we would never have Vince Russo work here ever," shock factor's out the window. That's old. That's passé. That's the 90s. Shock factor's out the window. But then they did a bunch of Vince Russo's ideas. So, like, I don't know, man. Like, I guess that irritates me. You know, so I wish I could go back and ask that question and say, you know, why do people call Vince Russo homophobic when I don't believe or it's like it's some bad thing. He certainly is not a hateful person, I don't believe, to people. You know, I think he talks trash, and I do, and I think he says things harsh, and he makes jokes that are not politically correct. But that doesn't matter because so doesn't your wrestling company, you know, and so doesn't other wrestling companies and other people. You just decided when it's not okay to do it. You decided other people shouldn't be allowed to make jokes, but you can make jokes. So that's not, and by you, I just mean anybody that thinks like that. You know, it's like, dude, it's so stupid. Like, I don't think the guy's like that. Several times, you know, the guy, you know, he's definitely not a person that, like, he's not going to like it if a guy rubs up on him. That's true. But he's not going to tell people you know, he's not homo. He's not a homo. He might be, he's like, but like, I don't like the word phobic because they turn that into bigot or whatever. He's not a bigot. He might be a little phobic about like being touched by a man, but is a woman phobic if a guy just starts touching her? It's like, yeah, nobody's happy when someone just starts, you know, showing you people making out and stuff like that. You're going to be like, ugh, like what the fuck? People did it the other day with, remember what's his face on the Kiss Cam, the celebrity? Was it Alex Rodriguez or someone else? They were like, and then people were like, ugh, what the fuck? On Twitter. And it's like, oh, he's straight phobic. You know, it's like, no, it's just people. If you shove sexual stuff in some people's faces, they don't like it. They're like, ugh, I don't want to do that. That's all it is. Phobia literally means to fear something. A person can just not be comfortable with that. Exactly. That's why, like, saying, like, but some people think phobic means that they're like a bigot racist or something. And it's like, no, that just means they're a little bit like that stuff makes them uncomfortable. There's nothing wrong with that. If something makes you uncomfortable, that's not a problem. If you're phobic to homosexuality, that doesn't really bother me. It's if you're hateful, that's what matters. But the word is like structured in a way that it's like, oh, you're a bigot, you know. Ugh. I don't think that that's what he is. What happened with the old man in the store? Jennifer Muppet Baby asked about what happened with the old man in the store. Yeah, so not to jump off the wrestling topic, but yeah, the other day in Aberdeen, Washington, there was a store owner who had like something about like like chicks with dicks or something like that. And then an SJW councilwoman who's transgender approached him and they got in a fight in the store. A lot of people saw this. Now, I think the guy is obviously a little bit ignorant, and, you know, I wouldn't put that sign outside to make fun of people, but I also wouldn't do what the woman council person does, who's a guy or was a guy, and we've seen this video. So you're asking what happened?
Check it out. It ain't bullshit. I'm telling you right now, as a trans woman.
I'm telling you right now.
Well, I'm telling you, as a man, that's bullshit. Uh-huh.
Now, you went into the guy's store to confront him on a sign that's in the street that offended you. If a sign offends you, don't just ignore it. If it bothers you or you don't like it, I just say ignore it. If there's a sign outside of someone's store that says, you know, white people are the devil, you know, I mean, yeah, I'm going to be like, oh, man, like, we are. No. Or I might be like, oh, it sucks that that person thinks that, like, me and my kids are the devil when I'm sure we wouldn't be the devil to them. Oh, well, whatever. I'll just walk by. Someone's obviously that person is, you know, has issues or something. Whatever. I'll just go about my day. I wouldn't go into the store to be like, why do you think white people are the devil and my kids, like, I wouldn't do that. I'd just be like, oh, okay. Well, who cares? You know? Or Irish people need to go. You know, things like that. I just would be like, whatever. Nobody fucking is going to believe. You know, I just walk by. But this person saw the, you know, chicks with dicks, you know. And he went into the store. Had to go into the store to yell at the 70-something-year-old veteran. And, of course, the guy is like, you're not a girl, you fuck. And they're going to argue about it or whatever. But he's not trying to hurt her or anything like that. You know, whatever. So, anyway, the fight happens. The part I don't like is where she's outside, and she gets outside and goes, I'm being this way, and starts screaming around at everybody to, like, alert everybody. Like what the fuck is that? What are you gonna do? Like, get a mob angry at this old man? Is that what you're trying to do? So I didn't really have a problem with this too much. I don't mind going into the store and like, hey, why do you hate me? Like, I'm a real person. I really believe I'm a female. Like, you must believe my mental thing. Maybe his mental thing is that he doesn't know how to accept that. You know, you ever think of that? Your mental thing is you mentally want to be a female. Okay, I can accept that. But his mental thing is maybe that he doesn't understand the fuck out of that at all. So just leave each other alone. That's what I say. Or go have a meal together or something. But instead, it turns into this. And this is what I don't like, going outside of the establishment to try to scream around, which is what happens here. And this is the city council member. This person is a city council person.
Jesus Christ, man, get a clue.
Jesus Christ, man, get a clue.
Trans women are women. Get a trans women are women.
Why are you yelling that? Why are you yelling that around? You're having a conversation with this guy about, you know, whatever. And then, you know, you're arguing about it. And then you decide to yell outside, trans women are women! Trans women are women! Yeah, keep yelling it. Maybe it will be true. I mean, what is the mental deficiency of this person? It's like, listen, if he doesn't understand that you're a woman and that that's what you are and that's what you see and that's what you do, what are you going to do? Like, it's not going to help anything. This is not going to help anything. If you're a man who's become a woman, transitioned into a woman, the best thing you can do to turn someone's mind like this guy or to get somebody to be a little more empathetic is just say to them, like, people throw rocks at me and stuff like that, and it hurts. Like, I don't want to be hurt, and I don't want to hurt anybody, and I don't want you to I don't want you to have to believe my beliefs or whatever. But I really mentally, this is how I really believe I am, and I like your store, and the sign. I don't know if I can come in because I feel like, man, you won't like me or something like that. Maybe the guy goes, listen, I don't have a problem with you. I just don't believe, blah, blah. And you'd be like, okay, I understand. It's a joke. I think it's kind of funny, but I just hope you don't hate me. And then the guy would be like, I don't hate you. And then that's it. Okay, sir. Well, hey, I like Star Wars. Maybe I'll buy something, and then buy something from his store and then leave. And you know what that guy's gonna do is that guy's gonna think like, fuck, man, are there other people like that even though it's a joke and they should get over it? Oh, maybe I'm, whatever. He's going to have a more positive feeling about you. But instead, even in this video, when she first went in, he says, oh, I'll take the sign down. He says, oh, maybe I'll take it down then. And then she kept harping and going crazy, and then he changed, and he went the other way with like, no, fuck this, fuck you, and everything, because she got in his face. And then she's outside going, rah, rah. That's just weird. That's weird to go outside and start screaming like a child around. Like, that's what this is. Screaming like a child. So then they said they were going to go destroy, have a rally at his store on Saturday morning at 10 a.m., which is why you guys brought this up in the chat just now. Because I'll monetize this Saturday night. I said, guys, after monetize this, you got to go find the clips of this on video. Because all the SJW people are going to his store on Saturday morning at 10 a.m. And then I said, the counter people, like the Proud Boy type of people and those people, they're going to show up to defend him. And there's going to be a hilarious war outside of this guy's store. Because those people usually burn stores and bash stores' windows and beat up people. And now the Proud Boys are going to show up to protect him. So there's going to be an awesome fight outside of this guy's store. But the update is, what the update is, that the people supported this guy, showed up, and the people never came to protest him because of the overwhelming support for this guy. So it ended up being like a party for this guy. The Quartering picked this up earlier, and I don't know where all the footage is from and where it is exactly, but I did pick it up from Jeremy. So real quick for the people, I'll be off this topic in a second. I just wanted to update it because a lot of people thought this guy was going to get his head bashed in, or people were going to blow his store up, and they probably would have. But all these counter people showed up to support him. And formed a shell around his building, formed a shell around his store, which is very similar to Westboro Baptist Church. You know those scumbags from the Westboro Baptist Church who show up with the God hates F words and God hates homos and whatever, and they show up with the signs to picket people's funerals, which is disgusting, and people have to form a barricade outside the funeral to keep those people from seeing people with signs that say, glad your child is dead, God, sick, weird people. Well, this is like the same situation. These people showed up to protect this guy's business, which is weird. How have the hippies have become the Christians? How did the Christians become the hippies and the Antifa people have become the Nazis? How has this happened? Like, what is going on in the world?
Everybody's scared to say this.
99.99% were positive.
Yes.
300 people out here.
This is really funny.
The situation, and then I seen 400 people out here, and I looked over there, and there was 3.
So, I guess they called off the protest. I guess they see these people that showed up seem like nice people. They don't even seem like bad people. The trans people, like, mind your own genitals. I didn't know transphobia was Second Amendment right. Trans people belong here. See, if I was the store owner, I could see myself freaking out too and flipping out and being like, fuck you, I'll have my sign if I want to. But honestly, if I was the store owner, and I'm dead serious about this, I don't care how lame this makes me, I would have invited these people in. I would have been like, you guys are right. Trans people are welcome. But it doesn't exactly why I made fun of you the same way I've made jokes about everything. I don't believe the same thing you believe, but I don't believe that you don't have a right to exist, because the guy doesn't think that. He thinks that they do have the right to exist. He just doesn't acknowledge that you're a female. Fine. But he's not going to take away your right to do it or to be it or to feel that way. He's not going to take away that right. So we're actually all together. I would invite these people. These people aren't horrible people. Look, Now, all the people that were going to be there that were terrible didn't come. They decided not to come when they saw the crowd of supporters he had. But these people did come, and they don't really look that bad to me. They look pretty honest about what they're doing. That's just a nice protest to me. That they're not the people that look like they're going to burn his building down. So I would have invited them over. Like, hey, come on over and, like, let's have a party. Like, no bad people showed up. And I wouldn't want the patriot people, intimidating them and making fun of them. But come on over and party in my store. Like, it's all good. That's it. And then maybe they would have talked and had a conversation. And maybe the guy would have decided to maybe calm down a little bit on, maybe I accept, you a little bit more than I did before. And then maybe they're like, oh, this guy's not some old piece of shit bigot. He is an Army vet who served so we could protest his opinion. And then everybody gets along and buys a bunch of Star Wars shit from the guy's store. That's what should happen, But people are fucking dumb, and they get mad at each other's shit. Nobody has to believe what you believe. And if they do, and if they don't, you don't have to fight. You don't have to fight each other over it. And you don't have to hurt somebody over it and burn their building down or, beat them up in the street for it, no matter what it is. None of that has to happen. It just doesn't have to happen. What's up, Mr. Pinball? I did not see Peyton Manning's speech. I did not see that. Didn't see it. I should check it out, though. I know Brady was there, right? Brady was there. Was Belichick there? A whole bunch of people were there. Randy Orton returns tonight. The people who didn't show up are pussies. Alex Soley. Yeah, a lot of those people didn't show up. That's crazy. I'm down, man. I'm down with everybody being in love. It's all good. I'm a super hippie, but I'm not this new hippie that's going to fucking attack people. It's crazy. I'm also a psycho, too. Like, I might snap it. Like, you never know. Like, I might snap at somebody. I hate bullies, too. Like, I just can't stand it. Somebody oh God, I would just freak out. I would not do well. I would never go to these rallies or these events because I would never be able to handle it. Because the minute I saw somebody hit with a brick or attacked or something, I would snap. I can't deal with that. Seeing someone beat up, even if they were the person that didn't agree with me. If I see some guy getting clobbered for no reason, like, I would just lose it. I'd end up killing somebody myself. Like, it's because I hate that. I can't stand it. I would never be able to go to one of these rallies or one of these things. I couldn't do it because I'd snap. I'd be the biggest loose cannon there. So that's why I know, stay home. Don't go to the thing. Unless it was like this old guy, like if some guy had a store up the street and something like this happened, I would show up to defend his store. You know, like I might do that for like a local person or something. I would do that. Or, you know, someone who's being attacked. You know, maybe I would show up for that. But it wouldn't be, you know, people that would fly out to Aberdeen, Washington to either go after this guy or support him. Like, I wouldn't do that. I mean, I got a fucking family and shit. You know, there's some people out there that are crazy, like they're driving up from Nevada and all this shit. Renee Paquette on Pro Wrestling Fans wanting WWE and AEW to be us versus them. Well, they made it us versus them, Renee. So, not that she said that she's being asked this, but still, like, the companies brought each other up. Black Superman 007 became a follower. Thanks for following. Now subscribe if you can to Evil Spectrum 3 on Twitch. It's free with Amazon Prime, Black Superman. So shout out to you. Thank you. Wrestling fans, they are very much so want to take a side, she continued. They want it to be us versus them, WWE versus AEW, however you want to look at it. If you say something positively or negatively about the other promotion, she explained, it seems like you've drawn your line in the sand. And it's not like that. Okay, but the companies are making it like that, Renee, you idiot. The companies are drawing the line in the sand. She's acting like the fans are the ones generating all this, you know, hatred. The companies have drawn the line in the sand. But especially AEW, they're the ones that are like always taking shots at WWE. Evil WWE, evil WWE. WWE rarely mentions them at all. WWE does all this passive-aggressive stuff. You know, this is so weird. It's like this on YouTube, too, with people. If you're a fan of this guy, you can't be a fan of that guy. And it's us versus them and whatever. And people know that. And they take advantage of it. They use it to play you guys. Fuck, I've had people, supporters of my show, played like you wouldn't believe. So that they won't support me and treat me like I'm some hateful, crazy person who doesn't, whatever the fuck. You know, it's just, it works. Because this wrestling audience mentality is people want to do that. They want to jump, you know, whatever. I mean, dude, my financial situation is insanely changed, all because of just bad PR from certain people. Or people that, you know, do certain things and say like, oh, you know, whatever. It's like, so what are you going to do? That's what AEW is doing to WWE. AEW is like constantly spreading the, like, they're the bad guys, right? Hey, you like this, AEW fans? You know, and WWE has to like counteract by, oh, we're going to put a show on up against them and then we're going to do this. Like they don't know what, nobody knows what to do. So it's just so weird, man. And so for Renee to sit there and be like, oh, the fans just want to turn it into us versus them. No, they turned it into us versus them. They did. The companies, especially AEW. So Renee saying that it's on the fans because they want this so badly is way incorrect.
Black Superman 007 just resubscribed for 1 month.
Thank you, Black Superman. Thank you so much, man. Yeah, they just want conflict, bro. That's what they want. They want conflict. I mean, dude, you can't. How many times has someone reached out to me and said like, "Oh, you know, Joe, why did you do that?" I'm like, I didn't do this. Like, it's just conflict. People want conflict. People want to create something. But for her to sit there and say, "Oh, you know, the fans are the only ones doing this." No.
Shiva Timber just resubscribed for 1 month.
Oh. Shiver me timber. Shiver me timber platter. Thanks for subbing again. I'll hit the button again, my bad. Thank you.
Shiva Timber just resubscribed for 1 month.
Thanks for resubscribing on Twitch. Thank you guys very much. Shit, that's 3 subs today from Twitch. So that's 369. That's $9 a month extra. That's awesome. And it's free for you guys if you do it through Amazon Prime, which you guys did. So thank you. Taking that Prime sub. You get 1. If you have Amazon Prime, you can give 1 free sub every month to somebody. And you just have to link your Amazon Prime to your Twitch, which many of you already have, and some of you haven't yet. But feel free to do that. Oh, thanks, Getty Lee. What up, Getty Lee? You're shivering me timber. Thank you so much, man. Good to see you, brother. What's up? Okay, let me try to read the chat here. Too many idiots get too much attention. I see that's a good point. It's all because of the internet, right? Or not because of the internet, because we always had the internet for a long time now, but it's all because of social media and Twitter and shit, mostly. Right? They're like, oh, I can do something by picketing, you know? It's like, dude, they need jobs. Yeah, they're probably collecting unemployment. Now, there's more people than ever that are out there with nothing to do. You know what I mean? More people than ever can just go out and just do whatever because they're collecting unemployment. So they can, that's the point. These people can be out there picketing, fighting each other, just going crazy, whatever. You know? What is this?
One sec. Democracy's calling. See you, Daddy. Bye.
Hi, my name is Cooper, and this is a day in my life as a White House intern.
We did a joke. Hey, everyone. Vogue.
Usually I start off with a big coffee. Sorry, they're like really strict in here.
Hey, Jenny. I booked you a nail appointment, love.
Yeah, I didn't tell you to do that.
It's called Initiative. Hi, White House. This is Cooper. I don't think so. Oh, doesn't matter.
This is actually the entrance to the West Wing. This is so fun, and it's really prestigious.
Hey, POTUS. Is Olivia Rodrigo still here?
No. We've come a long way in our fight against this virus. We've vaccinated 160 million Americans. Are you getting this all down?
Don't worry, Queen. It's all right here.
Cooper.
Sorry, Miss Jen. And Jen, don't forget to have fun. Spirit fingers, Mama.
We need to get shots in the arms of every single American.
I'm heading to a haircut.
Comment if you want me to make more of these.
Okay. That's really going on in the White House, by the way. Somebody wrote the absolute state of the United States. Oh, boy. That's funny. You know, this was there's just so much to talk about in America right now. I can't even help myself, guys. Look at how fast I stray away from wrestling when there's not enough wrestling talk. There's just so much fun stuff to talk about in this country. Like the people with guns last night, the attacks on the Christian group in Antifa the other day. So then today they had a big party of like hundreds of people at a new Christian rally after Antifa hit them with bricks in the head. Then this guy giving himself up as the Antifa wanted to kill him, so he brought out his rifle. So then he went to the police station, and then Antifa wanted him arrested by the police that they want abolished. Let me just back that up for a second. And this is why nothing is more entertaining than this as opposed to wrestling. Antifa, a group of people that say they're anti-fascism, attacked a peaceful group of people with bricks. Then a support group showed up to protect those people with weapons. Then the anti-fascist people chased down the man with the gun who was unwilling to shoot them, unlike the guy down south who shot like 3 people who tried to kill him, and then like he got called like a white supremacist or something. So this guy is now walking away from the crowd with his weapon, trying to tell the police, hey, help, these people are chasing me. I have a gun, but I don't want to kill anybody, but I could. And then the anti-fascist people are behind him screaming at the police who they want abolished. Arrest him. country, bro. This is fucking hilarious. Oh, my God. I do think it is the government. Yeah, Antifa is the government. That's why the police stand down most of the time. It's not even that. Because most of us, we're all anti-fascist. You know, most people are anti-fascist. None of us believe in fascism, you know? But we don't put a fucking name on our shirt, then beat someone's head in so we don't get called one, you know? You know what? This country is too entertaining at this point. What else we got? We got wrestling news up the yin-yang. Then you get oh my God, everybody's crazy. This country's wild. You get the people that support Biden, support Trump, don't support either one of them, this group, that group. They're fighting everywhere. It's just insane. How about don't hurt people? Like, that's a really good thing to start with. Like, don't hurt people. That's a great way to just, Paul White on the possibility of Bray Wyatt, Braun Strowman, and Ric Flair in AEW. Yeah, they can form a new stable called the Really Old Horsemen. I don't care. Paul White's there for his influence, contacts, his coach. He can coach people, mostly his contacts. Somebody brought this up the other day that these guys have amazing contacts in the industry and stuff like that, and that's probably what it is. It's a really good point. Probably could be. Randy Orton's going to make his return tonight on Raw. Hopefully that's going to be good. Otherwise, Raw's going to put us all to sleep. BroKick16, thanks for subbing to the channel. What's going on? If you have a opinion about something, you can, of course, always call me and tell me or write about it and things like that. Pamela Taylor says, this is why ratings are down. News is more interesting. Yeah, the news is so crazy. Mohsen, I'm going to butcher your last name. Katerchi, subscribed. What's up? Mohsen Katerchi. I probably just butchered your name. If I did, I'm sorry. I mean, my name is so just Dan. My name's Dan. Antifa couldn't beat a potato sack. Well, they did beat the Christians the other day, so that's not true. They did beat the Christians. I mean, they did a pretty good job beating up the Christians the other day. So, Antifa couldn't beat a potato sack. I don't know if that's true. Because they did a pretty good job beating up the Christians. See, this is more interesting than wrestling. Here's the video of the guy being like, yo, cops, help me. The cop finally did something. You're not going anywhere. Good job, cop.
You're not going anywhere.
Obviously, this guy didn't want to hurt anybody, but, I mean, all it would take is a couple of those people to start throwing stuff at his head. And if people threw bricks at his head, which is why he has the weapon, they were throwing brick at his head, he has the right to defend himself now. And I think he wanted to get himself the hell out of this situation before he had to shoot somebody. Because he didn't want to shoot somebody. But he also didn't want to, he's not going to, just go ahead, kill me. I guess, who cares? It's just wild. There's protests in London. People think it's always, by the way, anybody who always says it's just America is a fucking idiot. You're really stupid. This is London the other day. It's funny, in America, the people just want to beat up people who want to beat up the people that want you to wear the... In America, there's people that want to beat up people who won't wear a mask. And in London, they're trying to... it's the other way. What building are they protecting here? Anybody know the context of this? Interesting. That was a lot of interesting videos that have been going on. Wild. So, yeah, you can see, a black child was hit with a rock. A black man was hit with a rock. They were Christian people hit with a rock by the Antifa group, which is I do believe is a government psyop. Like you said, they're people paid to create chaos by the government. Like the government pays for all these people to attack people and stuff. Crazy. So what was going on is some right-wing people showed up to protect the Christian people who were there celebrating and having fun at the music festival and stuff, and the Antifa people threw rocks at them. And so that's why the guy with the gun was there. It's crazy stuff. You got to love Washington. This guy has a baseball bat. So when you say, Antifa couldn't hit a potato sack or whatever you said earlier, I mean, they are hitting stuff. They're hitting people. They are hitting people. I can show you them hitting people. They are hitting people. This is more interesting than wrestling. I got to go to Washington, man. All the fun is there. Anybody who's actually paying for a paintball range at this point is a moron. These guys all have paintball guns on the right, and then the people on the left group, or whatever group they really are, they're throwing rocks and things like that with shields. So if you guys really want to have a good time, it's like $100 at some paintball ranges. Dude, don't pay $100 to go to a paintball range. Go to Washington for free with a paintball gun and just let's go. Like, wait for one of these rallies. It doesn't matter which side. Just show up with your paintball gun, and it's exhilarating because it's like you probably won't die, but there's a good chance you potentially could be maimed, potentially, but still a low chance of that, right? So there's like a 10% chance you could get maimed or a bruise or something. But there's like a less than 1% chance you could die. And there's even like a low chance, a barely chance of being arrested even, because they don't arrest anybody. So, if you really want to like thrill seekers, like this is the new thing. I mean, fuck paintball guns at the paintball field. That's only so much. You're all in pads and helmets, and you're like playing the little game. This is way funner. This is you get to go into the real streets. You get to go into the real fucking streets. And you never know who you're going to, be fighting. You could be fighting a 70-pound woman with red hair. You could be fighting 7 men who are 150 pounds who have giant shields they made at home. I mean, there could be other paintball guys there ready to have a fun paintball fight with you. Some people will use gas and pepper spray. So you actually have to be careful and really watch out. And some rocks will be thrown. So you have to really be careful of that. And there's a possibility somebody might have a gun somewhere, too, or a knife to stab you. Baseball bats are the most concerning thing. So I do recommend wearing a helmet. But you never know what kind of fun you're in for. In Washington. In Portland, especially. Like, this is amazingly fun. Look at that girl got pepper sprayed. She didn't see that coming. Did she think some Antifa guy was going to run up with a shield and pepper spray her while her friend right here with a video targeting camra has a paintball gun on it? Like, what? Fucking look at this. Look at this. Look at this. This is Antifa right here. A big real police shield thing that he made, it looks like, with pepper spray. Oh, J-Dog. Allmount PK, thanks for subbing to the channel. What's up? Did you ever think you were going to be in a battle in Portland with a Christian right-wing guy or a press guy? Oh, this is a press guy. Okay, so he's just videoing. But I saw this video from a different angle earlier, and there's people with paintball guns. So the paintball gun people must be over there. That guy was just the press. It's that guy's just filming the whole thing. Press, I see it now. He's in like army fatigue with a bulletproof vest on, carrying a gigantic $10,000 camera probably, or whatever. They're paintballing and macing. There's the paintball. I mean, we've taken LARPing to a new level at this point, right? Oh my God, this is gloriously funny. Like, I mean, what is happening? Is this more? Oh my God. I mean, this is like happening every day, right? It's like every day. It's a party. I mean, this is why wrestling isn't fun anymore. This shit's more entertaining. Oh, those are Antifa people, I'm assuming, running away, maybe? I don't think the... Maybe they're the Christians running away. I don't know. Look like Antifa. It's 4th of July every day. Hilarious. So weird. Oh boy. Here's a young, I guess allegedly this is some young kid who got attacked by Antifa.
Huh? Right on. Did you get flashbanged yesterday? Did you get maced? Did you get hurt? I know your mom, she blocked the fireworks from hitting you, huh?
That's fucked up, bro. That's the stuff that pisses me off, man. This weird Christian group, which I'm not a religious person. I'm not a religious person at all. But the fact that you would attack a religious group or whatever, who are just having a fun day outside, just a little bizarre. Very strange. And 2 of the members of Antifa who were arrested, seen here. 2 Antifa members who are allegedly, well, they were arrested several times. They're the ones that were some of the ones at the event, watching the event to follow some of the Christian people home or follow them to their cars and stuff after the event. These are 2 of the guys who were arrested prior for other Antifa shenanigans. And now they're watching the Christian families to see where they disperse to into smaller groups as they head to their cars after the event. They look lovely, you know. I mean, it's good to see Kane and Seth Rollins are doing something different besides WWE once in a while. So it's just America's hilarious. And this was the event. This was the Christian event the other day. Here it is. Like, it's this is more entertaining than wrestling.
What is that? He has to...
So these are the Christian people who wanted to celebrate Jesus in a field somewhere and go, oh, we love Jesus, which is weird, and I'm not into it, but I'm also not into dressing up in battle fatigue like all these people in black to show up to bother them while they have their little celebration. And then you have the Westboro Baptist Church people who do that to people at funerals. It's just a one big weird pattern of psycho behavior from weird people.
In the name of Jesus, we speak peace to you in Jesus' name. What the fuck's going on?
Antifa's just an idea, though. You know, I love the Christian people. Like, they're psychotic. They're like, we speak peace to you in the name of Jesus, and then some guy goes, ah, in Antifa. I mean, you can't make this type of brain damage up. First of all, the fact that anybody believes in religion is brain damage to me. But at least they're peaceful. You know, we're peaceful Christians. Cool, that's cool. Do whatever you want as long as you're peaceful. But no, a group of thugs are going to show up to beat up and scare the Christians, which is literally fascism. This is actually the fascism by the fascist, anti-fascist people. I mean, it doesn't get any more hilarious than this. I mean, does this get any better? Oh my God, bro.
What is that? What is that? He has to.
Why is this ninja screaming? Like, this guy's dressed up as a full-on ninja. You know? And this is what happens when your parents are psychos, or you have no parents. The Christian people are what happens when your parents care too much, right? The Christians are when your parents care so much they indoctrinate you into everything and you turn out like, I love Jesus and the Bible. And you're literally looking at the opposite, the people who don't have parents. This is the both groups of the people that have too much parenting and the other people that have no parenting. Zakarian Khan, thank you so much for subbing Zakaria Khan. Or is that Zachariah Khan? I'm sorry if I said that wrong. I might have said your name wrong. This is astounding. This is fascinating to me.
We speak peace to you in Jesus' name. What the fuck's going on? Knock him out. Hey, come on now.
Get back.
Calm down.
No.
You got some shit. What? Calm down.
We're good.
All cops are bastards in the name of Jesus. Amen.
So these people showed up to the peaceful Christian get-together dressed in umbrellas, combat fatigue, shields, weapons, all kinds of shit to harass and attack, assault, and intimidate stupid Christian people who are peaceful. I mean, awful. This is more entertaining to me than wrestling. Like, what is going on? How are there no cops here? How are there no cops here? You're like a giant group of people are just showing up to break people's property, and there are no police to stop this, and there's no one to stop it. Where are the police? The answer, these people are the police. These people work for the government in the black. The government is employing these people to attack the Christians. It's 100%. Where's the army? Where's the police? Where's the SWAT team? Where's anybody? And if you hit them, then you're in trouble. But they're allowed to just come break all your equipment, beat you up, all because you wanted to go, we love Jesus, let's have a celebration in the park. And even when you assault and intimidate and yell, they go, hey, we love you, it's okay. When did the Christians become the hippies? The Christians are the hippies! How did that happen? The Christians used to be the assholes. Like, now they're not. Now they're the hippies. And these people are the baddies. And we have children. Did you hear her yell that? We've got children here. You weird fucking people who showed up in all black and helmets and weapons and weird shit to start a fight with people who are peaceful. And people wonder why, and I don't know why the left doesn't care about this. They're like, cool, I like Antifa. They're okay. They're anti-fascist. Yes? Do these look anti-fascist to you? You're going to get a right-wing guy elected again. Now they maced that guy for no reason. They're just pushing these people back in a way. It's so weird. Now they break all their equipment. This is like a temper tantrum from these people.
Go.
Monica, take the baby. I'm ashamed of all these Christian pussy men who didn't do anything. They should have given these people exactly what they wanted and literally beat the shit out of all these stupid Antifa people. That's what they should have done, but they're Christian people. They're like, oh, God will decide. Like, wow. Yikes. Damn, man. That's crazy. They want the purge to be real. Like, so badly, they want it to be real. Jesus. That's crazy. God damn. Anyway, somebody sent me that video, and I just looked at it and was like, whoa. I didn't really know what happened. I was just whatever. But you showed me that video, and I guess that's the video. Jesus. God damn. That probably would have given them what they want. You're right, idea maker. That's true. Awful. So weird. Like, can you imagine if you were going to a band you liked, or if you were going to a concert you liked, or if you were going to a restaurant you liked, and people showed up to like attack you for it like that? I mean, I don't know. I don't know what you do. That's some crazy shit. That's weird. That's weird. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all the wrestling I wanted to talk about. And then we went into all these other little funny political topics, which aren't really political. It's just what's going on in the world. You know, it's not, I don't care either way. Gary Wolf floats wild theory that Vince McMahon may own AEW. So that is continuing to go on. That from Wrestling Inc., Gary Wolf. I mean, we've heard this before, that they're in it together or something like that. Gary Wolf, but I mean, like, wouldn't Tony Khan still own AEW? I mean, that's not. Gary Wolf floats wild theory that Vince McMahon may own AEW. I don't know. More like Khan and, yeah, see, I would believe the opposite. I would more believe that the Khan family owns WWE or is going to own WWE, you know? And that this was a setup for them buying it, because we talked about that before. Or basically, like, maybe there's some kind of off the air conversation that, like, hey, whoever wins. You know, like, let's create some competition, see who can grow, see what can grow, and see what we can do. I don't know, man. I don't know if I can buy that. I don't believe it. I don't think Vince has the time to deal with that, maybe. He did try the XFL stuff. I mean, we kind of forget about that. Then The Rock bought the XFL. You know? I don't know. Not sure. Ryan the Heel, thank you, man. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in to this mixed stream of wrestling, weird news. The stuff that's going on in the streets is more entertaining than WWE right now. Tonight, Randy Orton returns. We talked about that. It looks like WWE is going to release the Chelsea Green trademark. We started talking about that earlier. We saw Bronson Reed's comments on his Twitter. I talked about that. We talked about John Cena being added to more dates and increasing ticket sales by 40% to every date he adds himself to. And that's about it. MLW returning the War Chamber. I heard about that. I'm not a big MLW guy, so you'd have to tell me. sure the MLW fans are probably happy about that. And that's about it. What's up, J-Dog? J-Dog is here. Come to the hood. They won't, J-Dog. They won't. Zakaria Khan. There's Antiva in France, too. Yeah, they're everywhere. I mean, they're just, it's the group's everywhere. That's a good point. It's not just the government, because they're everywhere. It's something, some kind of global thing. You're right. They're all over the world. I forgot about that. You know, I think in America, we didn't really have anything like this for a long time, but stuff like this has been going on around the world for a long time. So it just finally got here, and we're like, what's this? You know, we're not used to it. I think that's a big thing. And then we got Twitter, so we can watch it. Just
cat fucking midgets with small cock compensation cars are never more happy than when they have WWE shit to bitch about. They rip their cocks off singing Cody's shit theme in the shower.
For the charcoals. Oh, my God. Thank you for the $3. I'm assuming that's some kind of shot at Catman, but no doubt about it. Yeah. Hey, man, what am I going to do? Make fun of the guy? You know, he makes like $600 a stream now. And probably took half the audience that I had. So what am I going to do? Make fun of him? You know? Joe Cronin's a fading thing. Just like I'm the new, I'll be Sean's feud at some point soon. JCS is the dying breed. He took the last thing. People don't realize the alternative to WWE is NXT. Says Enzo. What?
We weren't in the locker room so jaded that we said, "Oh, WWE's the only show in town. Nobody else could rise up through these ranks or do this or blah blah blah." I always felt like it would just take, in this new day and age in the social media era, like it takes a garnering of a certain audience. And NXT, people don't realize the alternative to WWE before it was, these other promotions was NXT. Before it was AEW.
I realize it. We were all sitting here saying it. We love NXT. WWE sucks. But then when AEW came out, they really screwed NXT. NXT is screwed now. The alternative is now gone from it was NXT, now it's AEW. And I think that's what Vince is upset about. He realized it. Like, oh shit, you fucked it up. But I think Vince fucked it up. That's who fucked it up.
The audience that made me and Cass was the most hungry alternative audience that you've ever seen in this business. The revolution started back then. It didn't start with what Cody's doing.
I don't know, man. The WCW audience was pretty fucking hungry back in the day. But yeah, he's right, though. It started with NXT. We used to all talk about NXT the way we talk about AEW now. You know? And unfortunately, NXT has gotten worse, and AEW has gotten better, kind of, and it's like, and I like NXT, but it's like their format really went downhill, man. They do need, listen, let's not pretend they don't need to fix something. So everybody upset at Vince and everybody for like changing it and whatever's coming in NXT, they did need to change something. So in a way, it's like they do need to change something. But one of the big problems is how they treat the people when they go to the main roster. That's a big issue. That's one of the problems. But also one of the problems is the weekly show just feels condensed and dull. You know, NXT needs to do what AEW is doing. But I don't know if they can. At this point.
Doing right now, I saw this happening because we created something by poaching Samoa Joe, Finn Balor, El Generico, Kevin Owens, right? Kevin Steen at the time, Neville. Right? You're going out and you're grabbing all the likes of the greatest talent that's out there and putting it in this alternative brand under this home of WWE. And you're having a women's revolution at the same time because you got Charlotte, Sasha, Bayley, Becky all under that house at one time and tag team wrestling with Dawson and Dash and me and Cass. It was just a unique feel. It was an alternative route to the WWE. So when I saw this from angle building from a million miles away, it was the smartest thing Cody could have ever done because he had done everything he probably wanted to do in the WWE, really.
Well, I don't know about that. I'm sure Cody would have liked to become a top guy and become a world champion maybe and carry his dad's legacy into that and everything. And You know, can you imagine if Cody Rhodes had been in the WWE? He could have been like one of the top guys as with this character going back into the WWE. It could be big. You know, but it does feel like, you know, I love when Antifa beats up a racist. Yeah, I like when they beat up a racist. But the problem is you call people that aren't a racist, and then just beat them up. And then pretend that it was good because they're racist, but they're not racist. So that's not cool. That's the problem with them. They're beating up like innocent. They beat up a black kid, or they hurt a black kid. Like, it doesn't make any sense. You know, they beat up Christian people who aren't even racist. It'd be good if the actual racist people got beat up, but that's not going to happen. Love to see TNA get amazing talent, says Pez Playing Beats. TNA, I haven't been watching it, man. I just can't do it anymore. There's just too much stuff at this point. But I'm out of here. Have some baby fluid. See you guys on Patreon. See you guys tonight after Monday Night Raw. We'll be live right here after Monday Night Raw.
I'd find a dead fetus and bathe in its amniotic fluid.
Tonight live after Raw right here on the Joe Cronin Show. Me and Jake DeMarco are going to make you guys wet after Raw. Let's see how bad Raw is tonight. Ugh.
All right, listen up, you pussies. It's time for the Joe Cronin Show. Joe Cronin Show. Calling all the shit bums in sight. It's time to talk wrestling tonight. And if you're easily offended, then this is not the show for you, my friend. Click the like button and shove that thumb right up Joe Cronin's dirty bum. And now coming to the stage is a man who's known for his fucking rage. Joe Cronin Show, the #1 show on the go. You don't wanna fuck with Joe, the Joe Cronin Show. All right, listen up, you pussies. It's time for the Joe Cronin Show.